good morning. What a beautiful day. It is a little chilly and breezy, but wow. Where are we at today?
We are at a museum.
Just any museum?
It's on Eglin Airforce Base.
Yes, it's the Armament Museum at Eglin Airforce Base. So we're going to check this out. It should be cool. I see a whole lot of planes behind us, like 50 or more planes.
I know, it's huge outside.
But there's a chainsaw running behind us and some other stuff they're working on. So we're going to go inside first and hopefully they'll move on.
This
outside.
is a nice warm seat.
It does. It's catching the sun and radiating the heat right to your butt.
Yeah, I like it. Bombs away.
Bombs away. So, interesting fun fact. Gentlemen,
We're going in the vault.
We're going in the vault.
Look at that. Did you see that big one up there?
Wow.
It's a big one.
That is a big one. Fun fact, they have over 1,400 different artifacts in the museum. They have 29 airplanes, 4 of which are inside.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
It's like serious business here.
That's serious business right there, for sure.
My goodness.
So there's so much stuff in here. We're not going to be able to like stop at each one and read them. There's just too much stuff. So we're just going to kind of give you an overview. But if you're in the area, this is open to the public. It's outside the main gate. And so anyone can come and see it. But we're going to just give you an overview. I can't really speak to the planes or to the guns personally. I'm not knowledgeable in those areas. So I'm just going to let you guys enjoy. And we'll voice what we can read if it's interesting. A lot of big guns.
Otherwise known as pew-pews.
Pew-pews. It's neat to see the bullets cut in half where you can see them open. There's a lot of people here today.
What's Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
During the week, it's probably not as
I'm sure it's
busy.
not. It being a windy, kind of chilly day for this area, we decided to find something indoors to do. At least it's partially indoors. If you're a gun enthusiast, this is definitely an interesting place.
Yeah, this is the first one I've been to that has a display of pew-pews.
Yeah.
Some of them are huge.
Yeah, some of them are quite large. This one looks to be like aluminum. I don't know what it is.
Submunition dispenser. That one is big too. That's a cool.
Yeah, it's a neat picture. Federal prison camp.
Interesting. Do you think that that one belonged to Hercules? Because
I don't know,
he's
maybe.
big enough and strong enough to handle that?
That's a pretty big one.
P-51 Mustang.
P-51 Mustang. Let's
My
get ready to
buddy.
see. These were pretty popular. Looks like they hold graduation classes in here, much like the museum we went to at formerly called Fort Rucker. I forget what they call it now.
Navasel.
Navasel. We did our warrant officer graduation inside the Aviation Museum there. And I bet they do pretty much the same thing here. They have graduation classes for the airmen here.
Oh, look there's the fat man.
And they do. I ran into a lady, and they do have some Army people active duty stationed here. Most of them are, I think, I'm not going to say most of them. This particular lady, her husband did EOD, which is Ordnance Disposal. And so I guess they teach the Ordnance Disposal class here. I did not know that.
Shooting star. Sure takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
I like how they did the figures on the wall.
Yeah, the figures on the wall kind of show the progression.
Oh, up there, the people, you mean?
I think it's like a progression in time, the
Oh.
uniforms. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. It might just be the time frame that they served. I don't know.
Instrument training.
Oh, very cool.
Interesting.
We do have to move pretty quickly through here to even get to everything here. There's just so much stuff.
Look how big this propeller is.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
P-47 Thunderbolts.
We are using microphones today, so we don't have to speak loudly because we're in a museum. So let us know in the comments how the microphones did.
Here's some different sprockets.
Did you say sprockets or rockets?
I said sprockets.
Ah, okay, I see what you're doing.
Wow, look at the interesting painting on the side of this aircraft.
Oh, yeah.
I like how they did it so you could see the inner workings.
Yeah, to cut the side views of the different things here.
Those are big toms.
They are big toms, aren't they? Smart Tom history.
It's like smartphones, but they're smart toms.
That's right. Operation Desert Storm.
Shake
I
and
was
bake.
in that one.
See how everybody signed it? Shake and bake.
The gift that keeps on giving. Pretty interesting, some of the rights on here. The writings. It's signed.
I didn't know they did that.
That's a Kuwaiti flag, I recognize that. Operation Desert Storm. Operation Noble Eagle. So I was in Operation Enduring Freedom, I was in Operation Iraqi Freedom, and I was also in the one back here, Operation Desert Storm and Shield. 3 campaigns I was in. They made this look so realistic, huh?
They do. I almost, when I turned around, I thought someone was standing there. It almost scared me.
If he moves, it'll scare me too. The Ohio Express. Ohio is everywhere we go.
I was just
don't
going
we?
to say that. There's always some Ohio.
Therese was just recognizing the size of that flag up there on the second floor. So there's a second floor. We're gonna have to go up there and check those out too. There's a video playing in the background. You might be able to hear it.
That one looks like Jaws.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know what this is. Some kind of capsule.
Oh,
That's a big boy.
it's huge. Oh, look, there's the.
Yeah.
That's a F-105 Thunder Chief.
Pretty neat.
How high up you are.
I bet this thing is fast. I don't
Do
know
they
about you, but I wouldn't want to be the enemy
No,
of the United States, and they have this.
no. Do they have like a ladder they throw down to get in and out?
I think they do. I don't know how all that works. I think they have ladders on wheels and they roll them up and then they roll them away.
Look at that. That's a trainer.
Oh yeah, that's neat.
Look at all those switches.
This one's been well used too. That seat is wore out.
It's
A bunch of
trained a lot of people.
There's a lot of stuff to learn.
Sure is.
This is pretty neat. Looks like be a lot going on here.
Yeah. It's a lot of buttons.
This is really neat. All the different planes and maps. It's a pretty neat way to run a bunch of pilots through a training program. It's pretty realistic with the real maps and simulations that they can put before them. It's pretty neat. Real world training. That makes them some of the best pilots in the world. And that's how you get there. Training, training, training.
Was the 105 was the last in the Century series to be equipped from the get-go with an onboard gun.
Wow.
And that's an M61 20mm Gatling gun. That's a behemoth.
It's so massive.
Extremely impressive weapon.
So how many rounds could you guys carry?
About 1,069 rounds.
Okay. And that gives you...
Short burst half a second, but probably about 10 seconds worth. You actually have a limitation of the barrels to do that long. It's relatively rapid. If you got the SAM sight, you put the tipper on the target.
You just imagine seeing this whizzing through the air.
Oh, yeah.
By the time you see it, it's too late.
So Charlie, this thing has been deployed out of a 105 for
So everything in a museum that you see here is declassified. And if there's any classified stuff, it's not going to be in a museum. They're probably still using it. Pretty neat. Freedom is certainly not free.
That's where he got his food, at the bottom.
Oh, that's where they put their food in under the door. Prisoners of war.
Those boots do not look that comfortable.
No, they don't, do they? It's pretty nicely set up in here. So this one has a cutaway. It's pretty neat.
It even has starts back here.
There's a lot going on in here.
All kinds of wires and circuit
Electronics,
boards.
circuits.
Ground zero. population 5.
Oh, that's cool, huh? Aviation has come a long way. There's a laser guided.
Yeah, they have a couple of those, and then heat seekers. And,
It's really amazing the
this
technology.
is-
This is weird.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what this is supposed to be either. Another cutaway. I think the cutaway things are pretty neat.
Oh my. Look at what that one's filled with.
Ooh, this one's great. Oh yeah, look how it's full of little bomblets.
Is that the technical term?
This display is really bright, so it's kind of
It
hard to
is.
see. I think, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, these are like plastic rubber pieces. I think they're just stuffed in there to keep things and people out of them, and also just to make them safer overall for the exhibit. I think that's what's going on here.
How about that?
There's so much to see and read that it's hard to capture it all in one video.
These got little parachutes.
Yeah. Drone recovery vessel.
Yeah, that big thing's a drone. Did you see that? That big thing there's a drone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a drone.
This little guy's got a parachute.
And look at this warning here. I think it's strange that you have to tell people, do not attempt to go online or hack the system under any circumstances. I mean, why would you do that? Do not touch artifacts. Tomahawk cruise missile. Some people have heard of that. That's what it looks like. Looks like it's made by General Dynamics.
That's a JDAM.
Well, there's how you spell mural. I always wondered how you spell it.
Oh yeah.
Like mural, that's a weird word to try to spell if you've never seen it spelled. That one's coming right at you. Lots of cool displays. Lots of things to read.
It's been military aviation since the Wright brothers' first flight. It's what drives us to constantly seek out new technologies, to consistently provide our nation with an edge over our adversaries. The men and women of the 53rd Wing are giving life to that innovative spirit, working every day to provide the warfighter with tested and effective combat power.
I think this would be interesting for like young men that want to get into the service. Maybe they're interested in flying. I bet they got some really great programs
Yeah.
and endless things to learn. Like flying takes a lot of dedication, takes a certain amount of intelligence to be able to retain all the information being thrown at you. Yet there's calculations.
That.
But what a good career.
Look at that.
And even if you got out of the service, you can go to work, you know, for Boeing, you can go for General Dynamics, Lockheed Martin. A lot of these companies are still working with the military and inventing and testing.
I know Lockheed Martin has so many locations.
They do. They're international.
They had
field
one in
is-
Ocala.
Yeah, there's one in Ocala. The field's wide open. There's one here too, of course. And I think that concludes our inside. And there's so much stuff to read, but we need to save some room here for the outside, the big planes. You ready to go check those out? Okay, we've now moved outside where most of the aircraft are outside, but there's a lot of noise out here too. So we do still have the microphones and we put the wind socks on. And we want to see, this is kind of a test run with the wind socks to see how it's going to go.
They have a lot out here. Is this supposed to be the biggest in the country, or?
Oh yeah, I
Heck.
believe I read. Go and visit them. That's pretty neat. That'd be neat to have in the house, wouldn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
We're still looking for some kind of monument for the house, for the yard, but we're kind of need to find the right one. And we just haven't.
You have to find the one that speaks to you.
Speaks to me. That one kind of speaks to me, but I've never seen one like it. I don't think.
But
like
you might
it.
want a soldier, a
Yeah.
statue, or
I'd
eagle.
like a painted one too, not just a concrete statue. It is nice out today. It's windy at times. Depends on what side of the trees and buildings you're on as to how windy it
Watch
is.
out. It's definitely cold when it's breezy. Aardvark.
You can see how big it is compared to Madam Mayor there.
Like, that's crazy. The tires are almost bigger than me.
Yeah, they are. It's big.
Huge.
Huge. Pretty cool.
Whoa. That's a big panel box there.
Yeah. Even if you weren't interested in flying these, you could, maintain them. There's a lot of money can be made maintaining aircraft.
Yes.
Sikorsky does a lot of that too. Lockheed. And there's a lot of big money companies out there.
Boeing.
Boeing. I mean, your career is set for you if you're interested in aviation. Maintenance, flying, or otherwise. Even radar, air traffic control.
You mean the guy on
Anything.
MASH?
Yeah.
Big.
I don't see a sign that tells you what it is either.
Not on the list.
Not on the list. Okay. Explains that, I guess. A-10 Thunderbolt. I do know what these are tank killers, and they fly and they can go straight down and then drop their bombs and come straight back up. They're tank buster. And that's the limit of my knowledge on aviation. It didn't take long to reach that limit, did it? F-16. I think everybody's heard of the F-16. Another fighter plane. Most of these are fighter planes or bomber planes. Well, I think we've made our loop all the way around. So what'd you think of the museum overall?
It's pretty big.
It's very big.
Yeah. The only other one we saw that had a lot kind of similar to this wasn't it the one in Georgia, Warner?
Oh
Air
yeah, Warner
Robins?
Robins. Yeah, that was a big one too. But this is supposed to be the biggest Air Force base in the world.
Yeah.
I think I read that or heard that from someone. I didn't know that coming here. So, pretty neat.
Bonus.
Bonus. Eglin Airforce Base Museum. So if you're in the area, it's definitely worth a visit.
Yep. Free admission.
Free.